everybody. Today we are going over a recipe for an infused honey that helps with tonifying leaky boundaries, and that is on a spiritual level as well as a physical level. This is what we call a quick infusion. Oftentimes folks will put these dried herbs into honey and let it sit at a window, but that can take almost 2 months. Leaving it, it's called a sun infusion. Shake it, mix it every so often, but we're speeding up that process because Libra season is here, honey, and we gotta tone up those boundaries. So just like everything in life, the sign of Libra has its shadow aspects as well as its lightness. If you are operating in the shadow aspect of Libra energetics, it can look like people pleasing, having weak boundaries. On a physical level, that can look like sluggishness, indecision. It can look like not knowing your limits, maybe overindulging. Can manifest as digestive issues, anything in the womb area as well. We list about 6 or 7 herbs in our newsletter this month that holds that energy of tonifying, but we're also adding that sweetness aspect with honey. This month, talking about Libra, we are also speaking a lot about the Orisha Oshun, person who is most closely connected with the energetics of love, harmony, balance, justice. So what you want to do is have your honey in a nice little pot. We even have a warming hot plate here, and you're going to take about a tablespoon. I've got my herbal spoon here, but at least a tablespoon or 2 of each, depending on how much honey you have. And here we have about 16 ounces of honey. So I would be using 2 to 3 tablespoons of each. And you're going to, if you're doing this on your stovetop, you want it to be really low. Honey is very thick. You don't want it to burn. You have cinnamon, which is an amazing herb for folks who are on that damp side. If you're a person who retains water, if you're a person who again has those leaky boundaries, cinnamon helps us to tonify and tighten that up. It also again helps to release some of this water weight that we may hold in our bodies. We also have dried rose petals. Rose is amazing for, let's think about the way a rose looks. It's beautiful, it has a wonderful smell and essence, but you can't really go and grab the rose. It has, it's covered in thorns. So rose allows us to manifest more boundaries. People can still see the inner beauty and the compassion and the love that comes from you, but they're coming at you correct. Then we have nettles. Nettles are an amazing nutritive herb. This really is again going to feed a lot of nutrients to the body. It helps us on a gentle detoxing level with again releasing that water weight. This is an herb of Ochosi as well as Ogun, so this is going to help us to call upon those energetic machetes, again enforcing that boundary. It helps us to work with our indecision. So Ochosi and Ogun are both warriors, so you're going straight to the point, your eye is on the prize. There's this activation and movement when we are sitting with this amazing nutritive herb that can really be used any time of year. And then we have yarrow. Yarrow is amazing for womb work, for tonifying, balancing. If you're a person who has a moon cycle and you tend to have heavier cycles, this helps to ease that pain through that time of the month. But yarrow on an energetic level reminds us about boundaries. When you see the flowers in their full bloom, they look like beautiful little umbrellas. So this is bringing that sort of shielding energy to you as well. Once you leave that on the stove for about a half hour to an hour, again, watching it, mixing it, paying attention to it, that process is also putting your intention into it, putting your own medicine and ashe into this sweetness that you'll be able to sit with later on and share with family, with community, with friends. Once it is infused, you can just take the whole thing with the herbs right inside and leave it in a jar, and you'll put that jar, I usually give it at least a week. Leave it outside, let it sit in the sun, allowing those sun rays to really infuse that medicine more fully. And then when you feel like it's ready, you can strain it with some muslin cloth, or if you have a really fine straining tool, and then you have your honey. It's infused. You can add it to everything from teas to salad dressings. I take this particular honey and I mix it with bentonite clay, and I use a really nice face mask. So honey's amazing for your skin as well. But honey has a shelf life of about 6 to 8 months when it is infused with these herbs. So you have a lot of time. This medicine, although inspired by the season of Libra, is really beneficial for any time of year to always go back into that medicine toolkit, especially if you are feeling a little extra vulnerable that day and feel as if you need some more support on boundaries, decision making, tonifying your physical body, as well as tonifying the relationships around you. I invite you to check our newsletter for more information and deeper details into the background energetics of these particular herbs as well, and other remedies and home medicine making that you can partake in. Thank you so much.